The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
I got to tell you, though, the great thing about Mine, that song, this is one of these great things. This is one of the great stories in music. It did so well around the world. I mean, this thing, you brought it out a year ago, and this thing charted, I mean, in countries where you had never visited before, right? Yeah. So now you're hopping on airplanes, flying around the world, and doing your thing. A year later, let's look at this past year, Bazzi. Like, can you even put into words like what's happened to you and what you have caused?
I mean,
in the past year?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's just been an absolute blur. And like I like you said that, you know, it's charted in countries I hadn't been. I think that's the craziest part of music is that like I could just be a kid in a studio singing about something I'm personally passionate about, and then you put that out, and the people it can touch and the people it can connect to. I think that's one of the most magical parts of music is the uniting of people, the fact that probably in some countries where people don't even speak English, they can listen to the song and still connect to it, get an idea of what I was feeling, even though they maybe have no idea what I'm saying.
You know what? Weird question. I got to ask you, and I want to ask this of some of my favorite songwriters. You put something out there that's so personal, and then you go see someone singing it back to you in a concert. Do you ever get that weird feeling like, wait a minute, I just shared something really personal, and a total stranger is singing my thoughts? Mm-hmm. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. They're in my box.
I've never had this shouldn't be doing that, but it's definitely a weird realization you have sometimes, especially about like some songs in my album that are like mad personal.
Like what?
Like Why? You know what I'm saying? Why, or like Honest, like about like real heartbreak, or like, you know, doing songs like that live. It's not I would say it's almost the opposite of being like, this is weird. It's almost like, this is incredible.
Right.
Because it's almost like those hard times, now you're experiencing it with a bunch of people who are like we got your back too. You know what I'm saying?
But they don't really truly know the whole story.
No, of course. Well, you'd be surprised. Like, I've explained it. You know what I'm saying? I talked about it. But they still don't know, you know what I'm saying? They don't know the feeling. They don't know the person. They don't know the environment.
But it probably helps them because a lot of people probably go through something similar or their own thing, and they interpret it the way they want, and, you know, they make it theirs.
Yeah, yeah. That's the whole point, too. I mean, music is community. Like, that's the cool part about it, is, like, once again, like, when I made all of Cosmic, like, people always, oh, it's a cohesive album. Like, I was never thinking about an album. Like, I really was a kid in L.A., like, that loved making music. I still am that same kid. But it's like, I would just make songs. Like, and I finished, like, 15. It was like 16. I was like, wow, this actually, like, fits. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I, like, tweaked it and perfected everything to be cohesive once I knew what it was. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I was really just making music. And it was so personal to me. I never thought about another person making it. Like, oh, they're going to love this. This person's going to think this is great. I just really was like, I need to get this off of my chest. Or I need to say this. Or I like how this sounds. I want to listen to it in my car. And then you put it out and it creates like a home, a community. And people, you know, relate to it, and it's art. They see it how they want to see it, which I think is the coolest part.
Very personal art. Right?
So getting this stuff off your chest and writing these super personal songs, do you ever have exes or currents reach out to you like, hey,
100%.
Man, is that about me?
Yes.
Oh, Bazzi? Yes. May I speak to Bazzi? May I speak to Bazzi? I'll hold. Yes, Bazzi, is that about me?
Wait, have you ever had to tell them, sorry, it's not about you?
No, I actually just never reply. It's just best to just...
You ghost them and don't even return their calls.
You gotta ghost them. I can't be like, yeah, like, what do you say after that? Like, oh, okay, thanks. Like, you know
no, that's when they say, can you give me some money from the song you
made where's my publishing, you know?
Every time getting mad, I would be like, hey, I want some royalties from that for sure. I broke your heart. I deserve that.
Yeah. Let's talk about...
Heartbreak royalties.
Let's talk about Jingle Ball. Of course, we just announced that you... And I don't know if you heard it, but we insisted if Bazzi isn't on our 3 Jingle Ball stages in South Florida, Philly, and New York, we're not going.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
And we got you. I don't even know. Are you doing any other Jingle Balls?
No, actually, just heard you wanted me at those 3, so I just said yes to those.
Cancel the other ones.
Canceled everything else.
The other ones are unnecessary. But anyway, but here in New York, when you do an iconic stage like a Madison Square Garden stage, or you know, what is it? Because we keep hearing from artists, man, I made the Garden. We're like, well, we do these Jingle Ball concerts every year at the Garden. We're like, oh, great.
Yeah.
We got to go to the Garden.
I will say 2 things. I would say that it is very special coming. I'm very excited to one day sell it out on my own. You know what I'm saying? That would be a cool feeling. You're going to be there and you're going to be like, you did it. You talked about it on my show.
I'll pay for a ticket.
Oh, I'll make you pay. Don't worry. You think I'm going to... Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you serious? I'm going to make you pay for sure.
We don't get free stuff in this business. I don't. Because I pay retails because I don't want to owe anyone anything.
That's actually like a great point, and I actually really do live by that too.
Let me tell you, you can eat off these floors; they're so clean. I don't take any. Ooh. I don't take any under the desk anything from anyone. But when you go,
let me. I'll continue on that.
Talk about being on the stage.
So like basically, the garden is very crazy for me too, though, because when I was 8 years old, my dad actually like woke me up one day. Like I just started singing, a couple months of just singing like Dream Girls and Mariah Carey around my house, like super loud and obnoxiously. He like wakes me up one morning like super excited. He's like, I have to take you out to breakfast. Like I have to tell you, so I have to share something with you. I was like, all right, dude, this guy's weird. Like, why is he so excited? Not my birthday. It's not Christmas. It's like May or something. I don't know. Why is he so hyped? So we go get breakfast, and he's like, I had a dream about you last night. And it was like, it didn't feel like a dream. It felt like a vision of something. Like I was seeing something. And he's like, you're performing at Madison. You had a sold out show at Madison Square Garden. Hey. And you like brought me out on stage. And like, I was like, dude, you're weird. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm 8. Like, no, I didn't. And then it's crazy though. And then you fast forward, 12 years, and it's like, we're doing it.
Wait, but you were 8 years old.
8 years old, yeah.
Oh, my nipples are so hard right now. So you were 8 years old, and you didn't even know you had a singing career on the way at 8.
No, absolutely not.
But your dad's dreams did.
Yeah.
Where's your dad now?
Yeah. Dude, he lives in L.A. Like, my dad is like...
Did you ever ask him later, like, where did that dream come from?
No,
because as of right now, Madison Square Garden is sold out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean... Dude, he's a very, very spiritual person. And I mean, if you know my story, my dad is such a big piece of it. I mean, we moved out to LA together when I was 16.
Yeah.
Didn't have the money to do anything like that, but we month to month just figured it out.
Why? Because he just knew that you were going to do this.
Well, he believed in me, and he knew how bad I wanted to do it. I mean, from 13 to 15, we go to every singing TV show, get rejected every single time. Like, he just knew how bad I wanted it. He knew how bad I wanted to be an artist, to be a creator. So, I mean, the best thing about my dad is he didn't push me to be the artist. All he pushed me to do was whatever made me happy. That's what he was really solidified.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He was never like, oh, you should sing and you're great. Like, it was never that. He's like, just do what you want or you're going to be unhappy. And that was like, I watched him do the opposite. He was doing something that didn't make him happy, and he didn't want that from me.
Wow.
Have you had a chance to bring him out on stage yet?
You know what? I haven't brought him on stage yet, but he's been to like every single show. Is
he going to come to see you at the Garden?
Of course he's going to come.
That was his dream.
You got to bring him out.
Of course he's going to come to the Garden.
We look at us, and none of our fathers supported any of this crap we're doing.
No, not at all. But
exactly.
this is a great lesson for parents. I mean,
no, it is. Like, that's like very big for me that I want to like, I know I'm very young and it's kind of foolish to like give advice to parents because I have no idea what it's like to actually have a kid. But it's like, I know how important that support was in my life, It's like the biggest piece. Like, I never your parents are the first opinion you really value, Like,
totally.
You have a dream and you're excited and they're like, no, that's not going to work. You're like, okay, it's not going to work. But think about that. Like, you crush a flower before it can even get a chance to see light. It's like, I think parents are can be your best and sometimes worst for you, and they never do it because they love you so much, but it's the fear that they instill in you. They're afraid to see you fail. They're afraid to see you fall.
Bazzi, you got to keep in mind, your parents are still growing up too. They're still kids. Yeah. My dad, I tell this story all the time. I know I'm boring you with this, but my dad died when he was close to 90 years old, and still to the day he almost died, he kept saying, you never really truly grow up. You're always a kid. You're always scared of things. And so when you have a parent who's trying to figure their own way out and figure out their own lane, then they have to raise a kid. It's going to be rough. But you said something a second ago, which I think is so perfect in timing. You said that you don't know what it's like to have a kid. Well, we have found your love child, and we're going to bring him in.
Oh, God.
Come say hello, Daddy.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine?
Yo, I was ready for you. Dude, I thought you had gotten some sort of creation done for me. I come to Elvis, it's always done well, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I bet if we looked, we could find a Bazzi love kid out there somewhere.
Dude, it's weird because nobody... how do I say this without sounding off?
Just sound off.
Yeah.
All right. I'm like a unique look. Like, nobody really looks like me, but a lot of people kind of look exactly like me. Like,
you can explain
hear me
where
out.
Where are you going with this?
So, nobody has like my face, but like almost like probably like 40% of all men have like curly brown hair and a beard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
I think people always like, yo, you look just like this guy, and I'm like, no, I don't.
Get that.
You're kind of racist, but it's okay. It's because he's got a beard and hair. That's not my twin.
I don't know. I think we're gonna find your kid. We're gonna find your kid, and I'm gonna.
I know he's out there. I'm waiting for you, son. If you hear this,
I'm gonna bring. It could be her. I'm gonna bring her out on stage to meet Daddy at Madison Square Garden.
God. I'm waiting for, like I said, my dad to bring him out. It's like this is your daughter, boss.
Hey, another story I love telling is our story of our friend Camila Cabello. You know, I've known her since she was a little girl. I'm friends with her mom, her grandmom.
Mom's the best.
They are just truly amazing.
They're a duo. Her and her mom are like a duo side by side.
And her story, fascinating. And to watch her win those awards last night, and I know beautiful. The song that you guys created together is just amazing. When you collaborate with the Camila Cabellos of the world, I mean, is that like an extra battery under your hood? Do you really get energized when you have that mesh with new people?
Yeah, I think it's almost less about the collaboration, but more of, truly getting to be around them. Like, she is such a hard worker. Like, she's just a head down. Like,
she wears me out.
Yeah, dude, me too. Like, I'm like, how are you? Like, she'll be in like Brazil and then like China and then like
at the same time.
All the same time. How are you all three places? But no, it's insane how hard she works and how through all of that hard work, she remains so humble and so sweet and like funny and like still just like free. And it's inspiring because I find myself letting like the business side of the music industry sometimes kind of wear me out and make me kind of like,
don't do that.
Yeah, I know it sucks, but but it's good to be around people like her because I see it. Like somehow she's untouched from it, She's just like still just like herself.
She's awesome.
And yeah, she's really cool.
And so are you. Give yourself some credit. By the way, lots of bling here. Look at all the diamonds.
Yeah, I love the bling.
This guy's like a friggin' mirror ball walking around. Let's go down the stats. The things.
Is that me?
There's Bazzi.
Is that me? Okay.
No, a bunch of guys who look like Bazzi. Go do a search. Do a search for guys who look like Bazzi.
Guys who look like Bazzi.
So you'll be at Jingle Ball. Camila Cabello will be at Jingle Ball. I hope. Wouldn't it be kind of crazy if you accidentally were on the stage at the same time?
I wonder.
Whoa, I haven't even. What?
By the way, Bazzi, a bad actor.
Yeah, his acting skills need some help.
Yeah, okay.
Are you serious?
We just found the nightmare your dad had.
Son, he's like, stay in your room all day. You're grounded. I had a dream that you were in a movie.
A bad actor.
You're not leaving yet.
Anyway, I'm just fascinated after doing this for so many years. When I meet someone as talented as Bazzi, who writes them, who sings them, who performs with the others, and just gives them the energy that he gets off of them. I think this is another wonderful, wonderful day to say thank you, universe, for putting us on the 50-yard line in this incredible game that we're working in every day. And we love having you here.
Thanks, man.
And okay, let me read the stuff I have to read. The new single is Beautiful, featuring Camila Cabello. It's available now. What else do I need to read? You'll be on Ellen next week.
Oh, really? Whoa.
I tried to get on Ellen once, and she did not have it.
Wow. I'll talk to her when I see her. I'll be like, that's my boy.
You'll be
figure that out.
You'll be with our favorite Fallon Thursday. That's tomorrow.
He's
the best.
He's like, Fallon, let me on the show. I love Fallon.
Fallon, he was our guest host for like 2.5 hours a couple of weeks ago. He sat right here, and he was the funniest guy.
He is the nicest guy I've ever met. Yeah. When I did the VMAs, I just performed Beautiful, and I like walked off the stage, and I was in like the backstage area, and he stops me. Like Jimmy Fallon stops me and he goes, "Dude, that was awesome."
That's him.
And I was like, "Thank you." I was like, I thought he knew that it was me because I'm going to be on a show. I was like, "I'm going to be on your show." He's like, "Are you really? That's crazy." He had no idea. He had no idea. So he genuinely was just like, "Oh, that was really good.
That's him.
Like, good job."
That is Jimmy Fallon on a cracker right there.
Coolest,
anyway, also Bazzi's going to be in the Macy's parade.
Nice.
Now, are you going to be live or are you doing the pre-record? We know how they do
that. I don't know. Live.
Say you're live, even though we're live.
I'm doing it live.
We're doing it live. So, Bazzi, we love that you're fat. The fact that you're here, and we'll see you.
We love that you're fat.
We love that you're fat. We love the fat. With a PHAT. We love that you came to see us. We love the fact that you came to see us, is what I meant to say. And we'll see you at Jingle Ball. 3 of them. Buddy. The other ones don't matter.
All 3. I'm only doing 3 Jingle Balls.
I got to play your song. We got to get you on the road. You have stuff to do today. Amazing.